Blog Talk Radio.
I guess this is hump day. They call this hump day out there in the real world. Hump day. Smack dab in the middle of the week, and what a week it is, man. Was your mind blown last night on the webinar? Mine was blown. As a matter of fact, here's a clue. Maybe the reason you always see me wearing that headband is to keep my mind in place, because it's always getting blown. Every time I get a chance to hang around with the ninjas and spend some time with Adam Whiting, just mind-blowing experience, isn't it? Good morning and welcome, Traffic Authority Ninjas. Welcome to the Traffic Report. That is what we call this exercise, the Traffic Report. Every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we come to you live on Traffic Report. We're streaming live on RadioLeverage.com, which is the internet home, the internet radio home of the Traffic Authority. Traffic Authority, the world leader in internet education, motivation, traffic, high-quality, top-tier traffic that converts. The number one ranked company, according to MLMRankings.com, trending. We are the number one. We have some momentum is what that means. And I come up with a new slogan: do the thing and drive the dream. Do the thing, drive the dream. I was thinking this morning, oh, and by the way, my name is Joe, for those of you who are wondering. My name is Joe, and if you watch us on the webinars, I'm usually there with the guy with the headband. Last night I introduced the kind of a mustache, because it is Movember. Last month we were celebrating breast cancer awareness. Not celebrating, but there's no such thing as celebrating breast cancer, but there is awareness. There is bringing people to the table so they are aware of what is really going on and how can we help. Is there something we can do? And there is. And then now we move into November, which is Movember, right? Movember. And this is about men's health awareness, okay? And we celebrate it by growing mustaches. So dudes, gentlemen, mustache time. And so last night on the webinar, in addition to the cool stuff, got the mustache thing out of the way right very early on. But what a remarkable webinar last night. You know, the magic always it's always coming, right? It's always moving. Never a dull moment in the Traffic Authority. So I was thinking about this morning as I was sitting here on the internet, man. I've been for 3 hours. I've been sitting in my chair. Haven't even done any exercising or I've been here monitoring Facebook and updating files. Already sent you guys a couple of emails this morning. Have another one coming. There's another email going to be coming within the next 3 hours, and that's going to be the swipe file. Okay, that's for you to invite for Devon Brown's webinar tomorrow night. Devon Brown is going to be hosting tomorrow night's webinar. Superstar, man. This guy's amazing. Right, number 7 in the rankings, top income earner. He's like a, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month guy. He does it very, very simply, and he's going to be demonstrating tomorrow night. You're going to be able to see exactly the tools that he is using personally, right, to bring people in. He's got just a remarkable way about him. He's really, really cool. He's very relaxed, and the presentation is epic. So we want to make sure that we focus on what is happening tomorrow. We'll talk about yesterday. We're going to talk about what's going on, but I want you guys to really, really be focused on getting a little bit more busy. As a matter of fact, as we sit here this morning, the exercises we go through whatever time we have here together, we're going to hear from a whole bunch of people here in a minute. I see people, international callers right now are in the queue. I see we have the Chicago area in the queue. A lot of people are calling in right now. Hello, California. And we're going to hear from those individuals in a moment. Before we get there, though, I want to remind you guys that you should take this time right now. Take this time while you're listening, while you're waiting your turn, and you can multitask. This is the only time of the day that I am going to give you permission to multitask. I've made my point about multitasking. I don't think it's possible. I think when you multitask, you're giving less than 100% of your attention. You're actually robbing yourself. That's my philosophy. Except Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, when you come to the radio broadcast, I want you guys right now to be posting on Facebook, sending email to your list. Do some Twitter. I mean, we're going to be learning more about Twitter, Instagram. We've got a Instagram specialist we're going to be introducing here, I believe, next Tuesday, who's going to be part of the Traffic Academy. There, I let the cat out of the bag. But my point is that take this time right now to do the thing. And what is the thing? Well, if you're wondering what the thing is, go check the Daily Marketing Plan, okay? Go check the Daily Marketing Plan. It's on the Facebook page. It comes to your email. Every single day you're going to receive an email that has the Daily Marketing Plan in there. Well, that's the thing. Do the thing. Send the emails. Communicate with people. You can get her done while you're listening right now. And we've got great news, right? If you go look in the Facebook page, I posted a short while ago because someone asked, and we also posted it last night, the actual, the ranks, the how you get the cars, how you get the trips. How about that? 6-figure cruise. We're going on a cruise. Anybody who made 6 figures, and if it takes you a month, it takes you a year, if it takes you 3 years, when you hit the 6 figures, I've made $100,000. Guess what? You're invited to go on a cruise with all of the other 6-figure earners in all of Traffic Authority. There's mansions. There are jets. There are jet planes. Check it out, man. And it's right there on the Facebook page, okay? There's a link there. It's easy.com/ I think it's TA Rewards or whatever it is. I can't remember the short link. But there it is on Facebook. Now, you can use that. You can use that as content. And you can be sending people to your list and sending them links and sending them things about MLM rankings and links to last night's webinar. Get active. Now, I want to tell you that I just want to throw this in here, right? I was talking to Adam Whiting yesterday. And you guys know who Adam Whiting is. He is actually the genius. He really, and I know he never will take the credit. He's always looking, he's working with a team of people, and he's kind of like all roads in the creative department lead to Adam Whiting, and he will tell you, but in my opinion, he's the man, okay? This is the guy that I learned from, and I'm old enough to be his dad. And I go to school. Every single time I have an opportunity to work with him or speak with him, I listen because he is the guy who came up with the plan that put 50,000 people in here during pre-launch in 30 days. So when Adam speaks, Joe listens. And yesterday I was speaking to Adam about, this new economy, the things that were happening for me. I tell my story, but it's an archaic story. Listening to me is like, listening to the guy who invented the wheel. Really? You invented the wheel? What about the space shuttle? Really, the wheel? Forget about it, dude. We know about the wheel. That's how I feel sometimes when I share my story of riches and travel, and I made millions of dollars, and it was not even the year 2000 yet, and I made another million in 2004, and then I started from scratch and made another, and none of that stuff matters anymore. It's my story, yeah, and it says that I have work ethic and I'm willing to learn is what it really means. And so when I listen to a young man like Adam Whiting, I am like, why? Talk about eyes wide open. I'm like, what can I learn from this dude? Yesterday I was speaking to Adam I asked him the question about frequency of email. How often should we be emailing our list, really? And how often should we be posting on the page, on Facebook? How often should we be using some of these other things, Twitter and in Instagram? And he said, in this world, it's insatiable. You can never get enough. You can never do enough. And I've noticed I'm starting to get more, and people are getting on this because I'm starting to get, some of these companies are sending me 3, 4, 5 emails a day. And it's like, well, and what I'm noticing now, and this is just my own take, right? Here's my own take. My own take is when I get a random email from somebody, I don't even pay attention. This is just my random take, right? Because I've been analyzing how I'm reacting to what's going on in the new economy with the stuff that we're involved in here, right? With the Traffic Authority stuff. And I notice I get sporadic emails from people, and I have a tendency to discard them. But there's a couple guys who I think are in that Adam Whiting posse, right, in that demographic, who seem to be hitting me up sometimes 2-3 times a day with emails. And here's what has happened. This is what it has done to my senses. I'm like, this guy's really got something to say. I'm like, well, I better pay it. This guy's screaming at me. This guy really has something that I must. He's sending me 2-3 times a day email, so I'm thinking he has something to say. I better read this email. This is me. This is how I react. I'm not going to tell you the names. There's 2 or 3 companies that I'm thinking, I wonder if they study Darren. I wonder if these guys are studying the email boot camp and plugging into what is being taught here. So my point is today, you can never do it enough, right? Today, send a couple emails. Send 3 emails, all right? Send somebody a link this morning. Said, hey, man, here's the replay from last night's webinar. It will blow your mind. Here's a replay. Hey, did you listen about the car program? This dude was talking about it on the radio show. I know it's long. It's a couple hours, but have a listen. Click. Send a link to radioleverage.com. How about that? You send a link, later this afternoon. Hey, unbelievable. And we've got some taglines, right? There's some new stuff that is already being developed right now. When I say new stuff, I mean interesting language, taglines, bullet points for tomorrow night's webinar with Devon Brown. And if people want to opt out, that's fine. Let them opt out. Let them opt. It's a good thing when they opt out. It's good. It's good because then you don't have to be bothered thinking that there's potential there for you. Let them go, man. Let it go. Let them opt out. That's a good thing. Because the ones that opt out, they're probably part of that 20% anyway that aren't going to ever buy anything from you. But you're going to capture someone's attention. And what should the email say? Well, we have a lot of swipe files, and if you go to the Darren Boot Camp, if you go to the email boot camp, it's right there for everybody who's in the academy. You have it. That Darren, it will teach you what to say, how to say it. And if you're paying attention here, ladies and gentlemen, if you have heard people, yesterday I think we heard from, was it Kim in Niagara Falls? Last week we heard from Gary in Atlanta, talking about how and these people have experience, right? Rebecca, these are not, these individuals, these names I'm throwing out there, these are individuals who are sophisticated business consultants and coaches, 6-figure earners. They've been around the neighborhood for a long time. They understand what we're doing. One of them is Vincent Ortega Jr., who, by the way, is in Chicago today picking up a dream car, some Corvette that looks like it was a space age machine. Talked to him this morning. And it's like, these individuals who really know what they're doing talk about the value that they're getting there. So if you're going to be sending email, and you should be sending email, know what to say. Know exactly how to frame the story. And that's what you will learn in the Traffic Academy. Boom shakalaka. And we have a new person we're introducing next Tuesday. But here's what I was thinking this morning. I actually was sitting here thinking about the contest. And the contest is not really a contest. It's ongoing, right? Every single month, when you hit a certain rank, when you hit a certain level, you're eligible to receive a payment for your dream car. Now, your dream car is your dream car. And this is so intelligent, right? You guys know that companies have car programs. Everyone knows about the pink Cadillacs, right? Who's that? Mary Kay, for, I don't know, nearly 100 years has been giving pink Cadillacs. And then I think not long ago there was another company that gave away only BMWs. And then there's another company that only gives away Cadillacs. Well, that's kind of restrictive, right? And when this program was being developed, I remember having conversations with the guys like Adam, and he's like, you know what? We can't be forcing somebody into a Mercedes or into a BMW. He's like, what if somebody has a family? What if it's a man or a woman who's got a couple of kids and they want to have a van? Or what? He's like, we've got to just become the company that provides opportunity and let people have choice. So as long as the car, you might already own the car. As long as it's got to be a 2010 model or newer. And, well, it's like the company will make the car payment for you. The car of your choice. Now, if you look at the webinar last night and you take a look at what we put on Facebook page this morning, there's actually some representations of what you can get if you're spending $300, $600, $900, $1,200 a month on a car. They get really, really unbelievably massive, right? Maserati convertibles. It's just like it's nuts what's going on here. But it got me to thinking this morning. It's like I asked myself the question. I said, Does the president of the United States have to carry money? What about the prime minister? Does the prime minister have to make a car payment? What about the queen? Does the Queen of England have to be worried about how much money's in the bank account? How about celebrities? Do you think that Tom Brady ever has to pick up a tab? Do you think that you think when Tiger Woods walks into your restaurant, you're going to pick it up? How about what if Serena Williams shows up in your coffee shop? Do you really think that you're going to charge Serena or Venus Williams? No. How about Tom Hanks? If Tom Hanks shows up, are you going to ask him for money? I don't think so. Hardly. And that's kind of what's happening here. It's like suddenly the individuals who are just doing the thing are reaping these phenomenal rewards. Recognition, big money, car payments. And if you go up the rank, cruises continue to go up the ranks. We're talking diamond rings, private jets. All of that stuff is available here. And there's the only thing that you have to do is do the thing. It's cookie cutter. Okay, how simple is it really to show up every single day, to send email every single day, and be aware of what you're doing, be educated, go through the process, understand how to send these emails, and then you build a list. And you can build a list using Facebook. You can use it Twitter. Next week, we're going to be introducing somebody who's just crushing it on Instagram, who generates free leads on Instagram. This is all traffic, right? But if you really, really, really want to get some momentum, you want a lot of traffic. So let's talk about the top tier here at the Traffic Authority. And I know some of you are going to quiver in your boots right now, but there's a diamond level. And the diamond level is where that's where everybody ultimately wants to get. For those of you who are struggling for $47 a month, think about what it's like when you're at the diamond level. Diamond is $8,000. That's an 8,000 click package. And $4,000 is going to be paid out in commission. Imagine right now you're sitting there wondering, how am I going to come up with 144 next month? Somebody said on Facebook, I actually responded on Facebook. Somebody said, I'm struggling. It's like, I'm really struggling with my money, and that's why I'm not able to buy. I'm like, well, this is not about you buying traffic. This is about you fixing whatever that financial thing is that's ailing you. That's what this is. So that's where you really want to be. You want to get that traffic flowing. You want to be able to communicate with people. That $8,000 diamond package, that's not only 8,000 clicks. That's $4,000 in commission that's going to be paid out, which is very, very cool. So all you have to do is the thing. Seriously. It really is this easy. Sometimes we have a tendency, like the saying, you can't see the forest for the trees. You're like, man, it's got to be difficult. There's got to be a secret. Well, the secret is that you just do the thing. Take a look. Are you a premium member? Have you upgraded to premium, you guys? Again, it's a $50 monthly upgrade. It's not a big deal. And as a premium member, there is some other, it's kind of like the movie American Sniper. I don't want to use that metaphor because it's too much violence there for me, but it's sharpshooting. You know what I mean? It's like laser beam targeted, focused on getting results for this business here right now. And that's available to those who are premium members. It's the next level of information. But it boils down to just doing the thing. And last night, and I want to get into this topic quickly before we open it up. For those of you who are joining us right now, if you're listening online at radioleverage.com, I want to invite you to get ready, pick up the telephone. We're broadcasting live right now. It's 9:18 in the morning. Today is November 4th. It's 9:18 in the morning here in the Mountain Time Zone, 11:19 on the East Coast. Don't know where you are calling in from the world. I know we have an international audience here. But right now, if you're listening to one of our live streams, radioleverage.com, and you want to make a contribution, ask a question, make a comment, I invite you to call 914-338-0631, 914-338-0631 to those of you who are listening online. And when you dial into that number, you'll hear a lovely British voice inviting you to the call and inviting you to press 1 on the keypad of your telephone if you would like to speak to the host. That's me. I'm the host. But before I get any further, we're talking about cars, we're talking about jet planes, we're talking about vacations, we're talking about cruises. But let me break this thing down for you, really. When you think about those people who are already, last night there was a guy in the webinar who said, hey, I've already got my car. I didn't even know. My car payment is going to be made already because I'm hitting my goal here for November. No one told me. It's November 2nd. I'm getting my car payment already. I talked about Vincent, right? He bought his wife a brand. Actually, it's on the house now because he qualifies so high. I think a brand new Range Rover dream car for his wife. He's in Chicago today picking up some badass vet that, if it had wings, it could fly back to Kansas City where he lives. And every one of these individuals who are having results, the only thing between the stuff that Vincent Ortega, Devon Brown, Eric Bechtel, and the others, you hear about Kara and Rebecca and these individuals who you see on the leaderboards, the only thing separating you from that kind of a result is time. It's the slight edge. Ask these guys. I remember having Vincent Ortega on several webinars, and he said, "Hey man, it took me years. I've been doing this for a living for 7 years. And the first 2 years, all I did was lose money. For 2 years, I didn't make a nickel. But I invested in this program and that program and this marketing technique, and I've got to learn more about email marketing, and I've got to build a list, and he said it took him 2 years of just bleeding money. For those of you guys right now who are struggling with the idea of a $50 upgrade to premium, or you're wondering, should I really get that $97 Traffic Academy? Consider the guy that is making the most money here is a guy who bled cash for 2 years, investing in education, information, and then he figured it out. And over the last 5 years, he's had extraordinary results. And you've heard this said many, many times on the webinars. The ultimate goal here for us as educators, as teachers, and I'm talking about all of us here. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you, Mountain Man. I'm talking about you, Celeste. I'm talking about you. You guys know who you are. People that come here every single day. Every single day we've got people coming here, sharing their enthusiasm, I'm talking to you, Rebecca. I'm talking to you, Sabrina. Okay, we as teachers, what we are empowered to do is assist people in shortening that time span. Okay, what it took some of these top earners 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Watch Devon Brown's story tomorrow night. Here's another guy, bankrupt at 23. Could you imagine? College degree, bankrupt at 23, in court declaring bankruptcy at 23. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about paying the price and shortening the timeline. You see, when you're really, really focused and you're doing the thing, I like to see where you're going to be in a year. I dare you to be here and do the thing every single day for a year. Come here next year, November 3rd, November 4th of 2016, and say, "Hey, Joe, you were wrong." I dare you. I dare you to stick here for a year and do the thing every single day and start buying some traffic and building and cultivating that list. Come back here in a year and tell me that I was wrong. Tell me that Sabrina was wrong. Tell me Rebecca was wrong. Because you can do this. You can do the thing. Now, here's the caveat. And this was my favorite part about the webinar last night. The best nugget, the nugget that I personally took and a light bulb went on, right, was when Adam showed the silver coin. When he talked about setting a goal and then rewarding yourself when you accomplish the task. And so I was thinking, okay, what can we really do? How can we really, how do we get this so simple so that anyone can understand? It's 3 things. Okay, 3 things. This is what I took from that whole exercise last night when Adam Whiting was talking about goal setting. He showed when he made his first $10,000. Then he made his first $20,000. What was that, a Gucci wallet he was showing? Some fancy schmancy high-end stuff. And he started talking about how he was rewarding himself. And then I loved when he was talking about his daughter with the gold coins, passing the legacy of accomplishment and goal setting to his baby girl. How cool was that? So I sifted it down. Okay, I sifted the whole thing down on that whole goal setting piece. And then how does it really make sense here for the ninjas? And to me, it was this simple. Set the goal. State your goal. Those two words, I am, you guys have heard me talk to people here on the radio show. Somebody comes out and says, I am struggling. And I say, yeah, you are. And nothing's going to change until you change that statement, I am. Okay? So set the goal. Exactly, set the goal. We can talk for hours about that. But you know about goal setting. Here's the next piece. Define your why. Why do you want that goal? Like when somebody says to me on the webinar, or if they said to me on a Facebook page, they go, you know what, I'm suffering and I'm broke and I am this and I'm really having to cut back and I am. I'm like, well, you know what? If you actually would set a goal for yourself for real and then define your why. Why is it that you want this money? If you're in traffic authority, you see something, you smell something, you can feel the vibration, you can feel it. You got it, right? So what is the real why? If you can actually manage that and put it in play and define it, why is it important to you to hit rank? Why is it important to you to make $25,000 a month? Why is it important? What is the real why? You know, and when you can marry yourself and you fully can appreciate and you commit full commitment all into the why you're doing this, then it's as simple as doing the thing. That's it. That's all it is. Set your goal, define your why, and then do the thing. And in traffic authority, what is the thing? Well, look at the daily marketing plan. The thing is showing up. The thing is working on yourself. The thing is the slight edge, always putting good stuff into your noodle. Forget about Fox News. Forget about the local news. Forget about CNN. Forget about ESPN. Forget about it. So those are time wasters. Immerse yourself into something that is going to really, really, I don't know, it will be satisfying. Okay? It is just like, it really is a wonderful place when you just commit and you are all in and no one can take it from you. And you put good stuff into your noodle and you show up and you listen to leaders and you follow. When you are all in, it's unbelievably satisfying. And then that's the thing. The thing is being all in. The thing is showing up. The thing is learning from people like Darren. The thing is learning from people like, come on, seriously? Adam Whiting? You get a chance to sit around with Adam Whiting? I'm in. You'll see. If Adam Whiting is on stage, if he's speaking, you're going to have to push your way around me if you want to get in the front seat. And there are others. There are others here amongst us right now, in this group right now. So you just do the thing, man. That's it. For today, the thing is you showed up here this morning. Today, the thing to do is to post everything that you feel and everything that you know, positive, on Facebook, on social media. The thing that you do today is send more text messages until people say, hey, stop pounding me with these text messages and say, hey, man, got to check this out. Look at what we got. And then just put a link into that, you know, the rewards with all the cars and the jets and the mansions. People will come around. All right, so here's the next thing today. The next thing is we're going to get to some of these people who are right now waiting in the queue. So here's the thing. I'm going to say I'm going to say the last four digits of your telephone number. I'll announce the last four digits of your phone number. And then I invite you to come out and give me your first name, the city, state, the country that you're calling in from, and then just let her rip. Let me have it, okay? If you've got a question, if you've got a comment, let it go. If your question is related to technology, right? If you've got a problem with your credit card or your downline or something's happening with a link, you know, I ask you to send in a support ticket to support@trafficauthority.net. Those guys are just doing an unbelievably good job. We're hearing of support tickets being closed sometimes in 4 hours, okay? And when they're sticky, we're hearing, you know, you're getting a phone call if you've got something that's tough to deal with. So please, if you have a technology piece, you can just send a support ticket in, or if you insist, I'll be here to answer your question. So there it is. You guys know the rules. So let's do the thing. 5232, you're first up. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning to all the TA leaders on the call. This is Holly, folks, calling from Los Angeles. How are you?
You know, I'm feeling empowered this morning, to be honest with you. And it's a rainy day here in the desert, but I'm empowered. How are you this morning, Holly?
I am doing well, thank you. Pardon my voice. I'm getting over a cold. I wanted to thank you again for the emails. I'm receiving them. Thank you for sending them out to me personally. I really appreciate that. That helps a tremendous deal. It cuts down on the time that I have to work with. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And
You're
also
welcome.
wanted to tell you how excited I was that I've seen yet more commissions. They're like pouring in. And so they're just like, oh my goodness, like I have it automatically set where it transfers from the e-wallet to my bank account, which is great. So there's that 2-week hold and then where the transactions are pending. So I'm really excited about that. And the third thing is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So you're doing the thing? Is that why you're seeing the result?
I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing, Joe. So, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, it's like the best thing to literally, you do what you do, but we're talking about reoccurring. It's like repetitive. It's like you do it one time, and then they come in month. It's residual. It comes in month after month after month. You can count on it. And so that's an awesome feeling. I mean, that's a totally awesome feeling. And the billing issue that I had, I wanted to also thank you, Joe and Greg, of course, and I wanted to thank James Yan and support. He initially his response to my inquiry it was kind of vague. It wasn't specific. And so I replied back to him, and so I let him know that my billing issue would be taken care of on Friday because initially I think he had just shut it down to the point where, like, it wasn't fully active. But he responded last night, and I got it early this morning. So I did let him know that everything will be taken care of on Friday, on the 6th, per Greg Chambers. So I am just totally moons over hammy right now. I'm very happy. So thank you very, very much.
Hey, Holly, you're very, very welcome. And I'm grinning from ear to ear. Holly's happy. I'm happy. She's doing what she's required. She's doing the thing. I love hearing about the money just coming in, pouring in for you. That's exciting. 9190, you're next up. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Joe. This is Earl Teets, the mountain man out of Troy, Montana. I got home last night a little after midnight, and I knew that I missed a webinar last night. So because Traffic Authority is so awesome, you guys posted the webinar from last night. I got my butt out of bed at 7 o'clock this morning. I watched the webinar. I saw the MLM rankings, 799% gain. That's totally amazing for only 3 months in action. We've got the car bonuses everybody's talking about. There's so much there, and the question is, we're all sitting here with the same 24 hours in a day. Are we willing to put some daily actions to create success for our future? Because without those daily actions, all we have is ideas. Now, ideas are great things, but if they aren't acted on, they never manifest into materials. And you got to be willing to go. I mean, look at Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. Everybody thought this guy was off his rocker and completely nuts. When you look at the history of the light bulb, you got to understand this poor guy failed over 14,000 times before he got the light bulb right. Look at biblical history. Look at Noah. When the ark was being built, everybody seems to forget. 100 years, this crazy old coot's out there building a boat in a place where there's never been water. There's never even been rain. The people in the masses were gathering to party and celebrate, to make fun of that crazy old coot out there building a boat for something that nobody believed was even possible in their minds. But what happened? He put those daily actions where they needed to be. Sooner or later, the floods came, and they realized that boat was real. Now, you don't want to realize that the Traffic Authority boat is real when it's too late. You've got the opportunity right now to jump in and put the right daily actions in place and look back on it 2 years from now and go, gee, my family is completely financially secure. And if something should ever happen to me, I can pass that income down for generations to come. Now, when you look at the path of failure and success, success leaves clues. 90% of the wealth is held by 3% of the population. The 3% of that population are entrepreneurs. Those 3% recognize that entrepreneurship means it costs a little money to start a business. It costs a little money every month to operate a business. It takes time and effort to create the daily actions that make the profits happen. We have a daily marketing plan that gives us those daily actions. What's the only missing piece? We need a mastermind group. Oh, gee, it's not a missing piece. We're right here. You just talked and mentioned about making 7 figures and starting over again. You mentioned Devon at 23, which is going to be one exciting webinar tomorrow night, who, just like Thomas Edison, wow, at 23 went out and got his college degree. Did he hit the big bucks because he took the effort and discipline to get the college degree? No, he filed bankruptcy. Did he give up on life? No. He chose a new set of daily actions to put into place to create the security that he's enjoying now, and he's dedicated his time, efforts, to be able to teach us how to do the same thing. You know, I don't know of any better place a person could really go, put their efforts into play, and see some reality come to pass. You might sign up for a network marketing company and see where you can create some long-term residuals with about 5 years of efforts. But what you got right here is the ability to just grab it, plug in, spend the money that entrepreneurs spend to succeed with, and go. Look at Vincent Ortega Jr. Now, yesterday I talked about people that claim the role of victim, right? And you hear Vincent when he does coaching and talking about his ADD. Now think about that. How many out there gave up on life because they were diagnosed with ADD? Use that as a cop-out so they don't have to do nothing productive in life. What did Vincent do? Vincent said, wow, I got a baby on the way. I'm living in my parents' home. I got a college degree. I don't have a college degree. I wanted to be a professional baseball player, and I failed at hitting my goal. Gee, let's claim the title and just got every perfect reason to be a failure in life and just accept that fate. Or can I make a choice to do something that most people are scared to do? Take my last $2,500 to his name and then go borrow another $2,500 so he had $5,000 to start his entrepreneurial career and have what he needed to succeed. Now, folks, that was 7 years ago that Vincent took those steps, and today, over $100,000 a month. He used the traffic that was available from the traffic experts for the last 7 years. And when he found out Traffic Academy was coming into reality to be able to offer traffic to the masses and we could all have a piece of that, he stopped everything he was doing and dove into this with everything he had. And, folks, that was less than 3 months ago. And like Joe said, $250,000 already there. With that $8,000 traffic pack and repeating that 3 months in a row and putting the right daily actions into place, you can build a list with over 400 people on it and recognize that the success that hit Vincent with Traffic Authority, he has a big name list of 180,000 or more people, but he only exposed about 300 people to what Traffic Authority was on his list that brought in over $100,000 commissions in just his first month. What you have in your hands with Traffic Authority, folks, is a choice to make a difference. You can either embrace it or walk away from it. We hope that you'll embrace it. With that being said, thanks for having me here, Joe. It's a real pleasure and blessing to be here.
Earl, it's our pleasure. It's our blessing to have you here, man. You are a man of you're a philosopher, dude. You have such good information and you bring it with such authenticity and passion. And I forgot about Noah's Ark. I didn't forget about it, but it was like because I went to Catholic school, so I know all about it. But I forgot. I actually it escaped me that the dude was building an ark in the middle of nowhere, where the rain it didn't even rain there. I mean, talk about a guy with vision and passion. Good morning, Ace, number one across the board. Good morning.
Hey, I got my phone number back. Hey, this is Frank
Yes.
from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The sun is shining, and it's a great day to play in traffic. Good morning, Joe.
I want to wish you a good morning, Frank. I want to wish you a good morning, and thank you very much for showing up all the time. And yesterday, I know that there was other people. You were not the only individual that had a little bit of an issue with bringing up the link for the webinar. So I want to thank you for bringing that to my attention, dude, because it tells me that you're engaged, right? You're doing the thing. I love it. Thank you very much, Frank.
I'm doing a thing every single morning. Actually, the reason I didn't get on first today is because I was doing the thing, and while I was doing the thing, I wasn't watching the clock. So I didn't dial in what I normally do. So a couple of people jumped in front of me, but that's okay. I got on nonetheless. And yesterday I was listening to that lady, and she was asking about what did Frank said that he does. And so I'm going to repeat it for her. I don't remember her name, but it's real simple. I have a routine every morning when I wake up. I go to Bible College Online. When I get finished with the Bible College Online, I start doing the thing. I've got a checklist. I go down the checklist. First thing I do is I send out, I have two autoresponders. I have AWeber and I have GetResponse. So the people that I already have in my list, I send all of those in AWeber. I send them an email. Then I go and I send all of my GetResponse people an email. Then I go on my Facebook page and I list something on Facebook. I make a comment, talk about how Facebook is making the money, or how Google's making the money. I put that on my Facebook page. Then I try to get over to Traffic Authority's page and say something there. So I just make a list. I simply, you ready for this, Joe? I do the thing. I just do the thing. And I've got several people on the call today wanting to hear me explain how is it that you do the thing. It's real simple. You just do the thing.
And there it is, Frank. Thank you very much for jumping out here. And we heard from Holly. She's doing the thing, and all of a sudden she's seeing this. Oh my goodness! Commissions are beginning to build up. They're showing up. Is it working for you, Frank? Doing the thing? Or you got some? I'm sensing you got something going on there.
Yeah, I got some killer things happening, and I'm all excited, and I'm just doing the thing, and I'm going to keep going, and I still want Jody Shockey to call me. He hasn't called me yet, so squeak.
There he is. Thank you, Frank. I'll make sure I'll get to Jody.
That's good.
I'm gonna hit her up during today's radio show. Frank, thank you very much for jumping out here. Really appreciate you sharing with you what your process is every single morning. Just doing the simple things that will make the difference, man. And I'm looking forward. It's not going to be too long before we're not only hanging at a live event, but we're going to be hanging on that cruise, the six-figure earner cruise. Somebody's calling in from overseas. I'm not exactly sure where you're calling in from, but this is an international number. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm calling from overseas. I don't actually know the last four digits of my number, so I was kind of hoping that you would say it and I would know it, but you didn't. So.
Is it 4352?
I am calling from Costa Rica. My name is Brian. I actually just moved my family out here from Canada, so we're living the dream out here. And I just had a couple questions. One being kind of the technology thing you were talking about, but I thought I'd give it a shot anyways. I'm having a little bit of trouble with just people not getting their emails accepted, and I'm just wondering if there's some sort of troubleshoot, that's something they might be doing wrong, because I've had this problem a couple times, and yeah, it's prevented me from a couple sales, not too many, but it is preventing it. Could it be like the type of email that they're using, like from a certain service?
Well, I'm not sure, Brian, but I would ask you. You said that you have had this problem in the past, and in the past, did you find a solution in the past?
To be honest, some of the people, they just kept trying and it just ended up working, they just kept doing it, and I just told them to keep trying, and it ended up working some of the times, and then other times it didn't, right?
All right. I'm not really clear on, you're saying that you're having email accepted. Are you saying that your GetResponse system is sending emails to people and they're not receiving your email?
No, sorry. So when somebody's in their checkout and they're putting in their information, and they put in their email address, when they put that in there and they go to submit their order, it's saying that the email field is incorrect or it's not available.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I've got. Let me see if Carl is listening right now. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you at in Costa Rica?
Potrero.
I did a live event once in Costa Rica. It was amazing.
It's beautiful here. I've only been here for a couple of days. I actually just flew in. I rented a 4-bedroom house. Nice pool overlooking the ocean. It's beautiful here.
Have you seen any monkeys running across the road? For real, man.
Not yet. Apparently we get howler monkeys. I don't know if you've heard those howler monkeys, but they are loud.
Well, all right, hold on. Yeah, I don't know about those, but I remember that when he's in a dev meeting. Okay, you know what I'm going to do, Brian, is I'm going to get a hold of one of the guys in the technology department. They're in a development meeting right now, and if you have time to stick around, what I'm going to do though is ask you for your full name. Yeah. And your username.
Yeah, my full name is Brian Hodgson with a Y, and my last name is Hodgson, Hodgson.
Brian with a Y.
And my username is Brian5.
With a Y.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to send in a ticket. If you can stick around on the radio show, that would be cool. Otherwise, I'll make sure that we get to you on that to see. It might be something specific with you. You're out of the country. Who knows what's going on. But if you've got people who are in the checkout and they want to join you in this business, we're going to bend over backwards to make sure that happens, okay?
You guys are awesome.
Thank you very much, Brian. Be careful down there. Enjoy yourself in Costa Rica. There it is. Let's go from Costa Rica all the way to Hawaii. Hello. Aloha. Steve?
Aloha, Joe. Hey, it's awesome that you can recognize my name by looking at my number. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you, Steve?
You know, I got to tell you, Joe, about the when you took the whole, you gave us permission to multitask. I was already way ahead of you, brother. I sent out like at least 4 emails even before the call started. So, but thanks for that, though.
You're welcome. You know what? So Steve, since you're mentioning emails, I'm going to tell you something right now. What I'm going to do today, okay, every single one of you who was here during the pre-launch, remember in pre-launch, we had like, tens of thousands, 50, 60, 70,000 people opted in for the free stuff. Remember that? Well, you know that we still have in the database every one of those emails. And if they were yours, if you're the sponsor, we had people who brought in a whole bunch of people during pre-launch because it was a free membership, but they never activated. Well, we have that data, and we have all of those connections. So if you, any of you guys listening right now, if you were here in pre-launch and you had a bunch of people who came in for the free membership, but they never converted, we're sending tens of thousands. We're sending that entire list email, and they're connected to you. Okay, with your user information, so I got news for you. As you're working, you're sending emails, we are pounding the internet with emails on everyone's behalf here. It's going to be awesome, dude. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. But I'm just, super excited about the CAR program. I sent out an email on my list. I'm creating a Facebook event about that. I'm texting people. I'm walking the people down the street and just starting conversations with them. I love the CAR program that Traffic Authority is going to be implementing, and it also sets the stage that Traffic Authority is going to be the next big thing. Leading into 2016, TA is going to be the next big thing, and anyone who is involved in it right now, they're just in the beginning stage of it. They're just in the beginning. It's kind of like when Facebook was before Facebook was Facebook, when, Mark Zuckerberg was meeting in a room, with his friends and just introducing this thing. And, he started out with his first 10 interns and his first 20 interns, and he was just building this thing. He didn't even know what it was, but he knew it was going to be something great. That's what TA is. I could see the vision, and I share that vision with you and everyone on this call. And that's all I got to say. Aloha, mahalo, God bless you, Joe, for everything that you're doing. And just take it away, brother.
Thank you very much, Steve, calling in from Hawaii. I love it, man. And you know what? You really are right. And it may sound like it's really, really big, okay? And it is really, really big. You talk about that Facebook thing. Was that maybe a decade ago, maybe 10 years ago that thing came out? You think about, the Google, and, it happened so fast because, and Adam mentioned it last night. He mentioned on the webinar last night, the Internet, it's mind-boggling how big it is and how fast it is. And now, because of what we do in the traffic authority with this level of transparency, everyone has a voice, right? Today, you can hear people calling in from all over the world. Everyone has a voice, and their voice is heard. And you take a look at this car program. Like I said, it's up to you. It's the car that you want. We're not going to force you into a pink anything. It's a whole other level that's going on here. And the size of the Internet, you're right. You are right, Steve. This is going to happen, I'm talking really, really big. And the reason is because, here's what I believe. Here's what I know. What I know is it's because of the education. The money's great, the free cars are great, the cruises, the diamonds, it's all great. It's really, really great. Traffic, big commissions, 50% commissions, $4,000 in commission on a diamond sale. It's awesome. It's wonderful. But the real thing here is education. This is really about teaching people how to do better, how to get better, how to use the power of the Internet, how to really become an emailer. And I know this stuff has been done before. Yesterday we heard several people. I love Kim's story from Niagara Falls. She had just recently invested money. I think she said $1,500 into programs and stuff. But the follow-up and the education, it's not really there. You got to connect some dots, and that's what we have here in Traffic Authority is connecting the dots, man. It is like crazy exciting for real. And I'm an old dog, right? It takes some really, for me to get wound up. It may seem like it's easy to wind me up, but 6673, you're next up. Hello.
Hi, Joe. It's Kim from Niagara Falls.
Are your earballs
Ontario,
ringing
how are you?
I've been naming you by name.
Yes, I know. I love it how you say you're an old dog. I'm an old dog, too. I remember when computers were, all DOS-based. So
yeah, I remember it.
I struggle with this stuff just like you do, even though I've been in it for a while. I called in. I wanted to address. You talked about people needing to have a why, and the why. Lots of times people don't understand what that is, and so that's where anybody who's successful has a why that is bigger than themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a small goal or a small why might be, well, I need to pay off some debt, or I need to. That's not really the why. Why is it that you want to pay off the debt? So, what is it that you're looking at beyond the debt? That is the real why. So, for me, my real why, what keeps me going and is bigger beyond myself, is I rescue horses, and it's really expensive to do that. And I know that if I don't keep doing that, even though I can only do one at a time, that's one life. That's one more life. So I look at that horse, and I know that that's something that I have done, and that's a big part of my why. It's much bigger than me. It's beyond me. And there's a whole lot of barriers in between doing that because yes, it takes money, and how am I going to get the money, and all of those questions. But really, what the why is why do I want this money? What is it I'm going to do with it? What quality of life is it that you're looking to create for yourself, for your family, for something else, for a cause, something? That's really what the why is. So when you look beyond, I need to pay off my debt, I need to pay my mortgage, yes, we all need to do that. And why is it that you need to do that? So when people can get to... Go ahead.
It sounds simple, but it really takes some soul searching, doesn't it, for people to really connect with that bigger picture? Because we live in such a superficial world, right? You really need a new car. You can get one here if you work and if you do the work. But we get caught up, I think, in there's so much marketing, and our senses are we're under siege with marketing messages and projecting images into our space. I think people have to do a little bit of soul searching, right, to really get to what is that, because it isn't about the mortgage. You're right. It's about something else. And when you can get to that, whatever that is, then the rest of it really becomes, we always say that when the why reveals itself, the how is that's not an issue anymore, right? When you're connected to the why for real, the how just shows up.
Yes, because when you're really connected to that why, there's a level of inside of you, there's something that turns on, call it a switch, whatever, you connect, you're committed, and you will find out how to do it no matter what. And yes, you're going to have some trial and error, and one of the biggest things that holds people back is they're afraid to make a mistake. Well, you know what? Even if you don't understand everything that Joe is telling you or Adam's telling you or anyone else, there's so many gems. Rebecca gave some great tips on closing sales yesterday. If you don't understand all of that, that's okay. Just pick one or two things that I would do this. I would pick one thing that you really understand and do that every day, and pick one thing that you don't understand that other people are getting results from because you want to break past your comfort zone a little bit. And when you start doing things like that, then you start seeing results from and things start connecting on a different level. Because if you wait to try and understand I'm doing stuff. I won the headphones because I was doing stuff that I hadn't done I didn't really do much with my Twitter account ever. And I tripled my followers just by doing the thing and started making sales. So you just got to do some things that you're not comfortable doing. Nobody here is going to steer you wrong. The world isn't going to end. Just do something, one thing you're comfortable with, one thing you're not comfortable with, and guess what? Things will happen.
Kim, thank you very much.
That's my wisdom for the day.
And I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow. You always blow my mind, right? You're a business consultant, Tony Robbins, and today you're talking about horses. I mean, I'm a city mouse, right? When I first went horseback riding, I was getting on the horse. I'm like, where's the seatbelt? Is there a seatbelt up here, man? I'm really high up here. I normally don't, but I really, really, where I live right now, I live in a place called Carefree, Arizona, and this is ranch country. There is horses everywhere. Like, there's a big place down the street. It's called Harold's Cafe. It's like one of the old original country western joints, honky tonk. And you go there, and I live in an area where people are driving Lamborghinis. They're driving unbelievably cool pickup trucks that are all tricked out. And then you have got these individuals who are riding these magnificent, unbelievably beautiful horses. And they're going out for a Sunday, and it's a whole family. There's 4 or 5, they got the mommy and the daddy and the kids, and they're all dressed up, and they've got these animals that you're like, are you kidding me? That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So I'm in that neighborhood. I see the horses all. As a matter of fact, last week we were talking about the Clydesdales, these unbelievable horses.
Uh-huh.
So I honor that in you. I really, truly do honor that as a person who's invested your time and your energy in rescuing these magnificent animals, right? They really are beautiful, for real. Kim, thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. You're great.
Welcome. You're great. Looking forward to hearing from you, okay? I want to hear from you more often. Kim checking in from Niagara Falls. We'll keep it moving here. 8696, you're next up.
How you doing, Joe? This is Ken Dawkins, home of the Stillers. How's everybody doing?
Ken, we're doing fine. And the place I just mentioned, Harold's, down the road from me, you look it up. It's called Heinz Field West. That's what they call it. Every year, whenever the Steelers play in there, it is out of control. As a matter of fact, when the Pittsburgh Steelers come play in Arizona, when they play the Cardinals, they actually have a week-long festival. All these people come from Pittsburgh, and they just invade my neighborhood, and the bars are packed, and it's all these crazy people like you. Crazy dudes from Pittsburgh are invading the space because the Steelers are in town. Ken, how are you, man? I haven't heard you in a few days. You doing good?
Yeah, I'm cool. I was sick for a little bit. I was on the call, but I wasn't talking because my throat was bothering me, you know what I mean? But I'm always in the background doing stuff. I'm helping people, just trying to get on track and do the thing.
Do the thing. I see a person on Facebook. I've been seeing you active in social media, so that's cool. You're doing the thing. We just heard Kim say she just did the thing, and the next thing you knew, she said, I wasn't using my Twitter, and I've tripled my Twitter, and I'm making sales. Boom. She's doing the thing, learning some things back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, listen, I'm glad. You got anything you want to share with the group today, man? I got a lot of people in the queue here.
Oh, yeah. No, I just want to say, great job, everybody. Connect with me. I love talking. Don't matter what language. I'll figure out a way. All right.
Ain't no opposition. This is Ken calling in from Pittsburgh. Ain't no opposition to his position. 5339, you're next up in the queue.
Hey, Joe, you got Charles from PA. How you doing, buddy?
Charles, I'm doing great. How are you doing in PA?
Hey, I'm doing excellent, man. I'm just working right now. my lunch break, I checked out that awesome webinar, dude. I mean, I'm so excited with all the additional stuff that's happening with the company in such a short period of time, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing.
You know,
and it's there's a huge team back there, bro. There's a huge team. You hear us talking about Adam. There's also a dude named Ben. There's a new John is back there. Matt. We got, of course, the other co-founders. You know, we always, and every single Saturday, you get a chance to hear from Doug Wellens and Greg Chambers, and you also got Chad in the background, and there's this new dude, Carl, and we got Jody. It's a big team, and I'm blessed to get to be the mouth, right, to be able to communicate the message.
Yeah.
But props to the team, man.
Hey, I can just imagine where we're going to be in the next 24 months, man. We got so much value to bring to the marketplace, man. You know, with the education, everything that's going on, you know, and I just got to get better. You know, we all just got to get better. As we get better, we become more attractive, you know, to the community, to the market space out there. You know, the stuff that we're learning with the Traffic Academy, you know, when we start to learn this stuff, do the darn thing, you know, then we can go ahead and start teaching people what we know. You know, then people begin to know, like, and trust us, and, you know, the sales will start rolling in even more so. But in the meantime, we just got to keep on planting those seeds, dude, and then harvest time going to eventually come about, man. That's just what it's about. Just stay plugged in, stay on these calls. I'm on these calls every day, Joe, but I can't get on and, you know, pop out all the time because sometimes I feel like I'm under surveillance in this UPS truck when I'm in one of the newer trucks. They got cameras in here. You can't even talk, but I'm in my old truck today, and that's why I'm on the phone. How cool is that? But anyway, man, back to you, dude. Everybody, you know, I'm going to see you guys at the next event and see you guys at the top, man. I just want to pop out and say something today since I had the opportunity.
Charles in Pennsylvania, thank you very much. Pocono Mountains, Charles driving through the mountains. And, yeah, you know, dude, if you're working in an environment where, you know, you got big eyes on you and Big Brown, and it's like Big Brother, you got cameras and they got GPS and they're tracking your every move, you know, it's time to really we got to ramp up the game here, dude. So unless you like what you're doing, but I want you to have the freedom that you enjoy, that you deserve, Charles. Thank you for checking in, Charles from Pocono Mountain. 7659. Somebody's calling in from the Chicago area. Good morning.
Hey, Big Joe, how you doing, buddy? This is
Southside Fred. I heard I'm doing great. I heard your son yesterday, man. Your son came out yesterday, and you know, we always talk about this dude named Vincent Ortega Jr. He's in the Chi right now. This morning he hit me up on Skype. He's like, he says, man, he goes, I'm in Chicago with my son. Could you make a recommendation? Is there something I should do? I said, dude, have you been to an NHL game? Go to see the Blackhawks play, the Chicago Blackhawks. He hits me back. He goes, they're in town. I'm going. I'm like, boom. You have the time of your life. Southside Fred, your son was calling in yesterday. Says he's having some results, man. That's awesome.
You know, Joy. I was, you know, the way he was talking, and I still remember the day I talked to him about this whole thing, and he was. You know, the words out of his mouth were like, oh, I'm not sure, you know, I don't know about this, really, and then it's a scam. I said, listen, you know, I'm 55 years old. I'm trying to set you up. He's really good with computers, and he's really smart. He's in the university. I'm trying to set you up with something nice. Why don't you, you know? And I pushed him, Joe. I push hard. I'm on my Facebook page every single morning at 3:00 in the morning, sending messages and receiving. And doing my thing, you know. And, you know, I push him. Sometimes he wants to go out. He wants to do this. And, hey, did you do your Facebook thing? Yeah. You know, I become a pain. Well, you know, this weekend, yeah, he did a few. He didn't just do one sale. He did a few. He ended up getting 4 sales. And some of these sales came in at 5:30 in the morning while he was sleeping. And when he got up, I said, you know, look at this. I said, you making money in your sleep now. I say, I don't understand why, you know, now do you understand what I'm telling you, what I'm trying to teach you here? You know, the thing works. It's just that you have to work at it. And you know what, Joe, he was excited. I've been having some results myself. But the thing is that you got to be plugged in every single day. Listen, learn. You know, Vincent Ortega, it's funny you talk because I made a couple sales the other day. And I say, Vincent, I did 3 sales. I Facebooked him a private message. And, the guy, that's what I memorized. The guy is who he is. And he replies back to me. He says, man, if you did 4 sales, you should be able to do 40 pretty soon. And he sends me information. He sends me tips on how to do this and how to do that. I'm telling you, man, I had a guy this morning. He answered me one of my ads. And he says, well, I'll give you a try. We'll see. Basically, that's all I need. If you want to give me a try, give me a good try. And I'll take you to the place where you can be making money. Otherwise, I need, I got him hooked on for the webinar on Thursday. I created my event this morning, for everybody on Thursday. I mean, that's what I told my son. I said, you work 2 hours out of a day, maybe 3 hours, and you're set. So, yeah, he's all excited and happy, Joe, and I hope he continues. And he's doing the right thing. Doing the right thing.
Well, listen, I want to congratulate you. You got a great work ethic there, and you're putting that into your son, Southside Fred. You're passing on that work ethic to your son. I dig that. Congratulations. And, man, you're like, hey, I'm making a couple sales. My son made a couple sales while he's sleeping. I get up in the morning. I put my Facebook. I got people opting in. Just keep it up. Like Vincent Ortega said to you, if you can do 4, you can do 40. You just keep doing that. And the only thing you got to do is exactly what you're doing. Simplify. Make it even simpler. Just post, build an event page, send to your email list, and then go about your day. And that's all you do is the thing, man. Southside Fred, thank you very much for checking in here.
Thank you,
I really appreciate it.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. You too. That's Southside Fred checking in from the south side of Chicago. 1200-1200. You're next up in the queue.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. This is Richard from New York.
Richard, how are you today?
We're doing good. We're in Florida right now for the next 6 months, and we listened to your program while we were driving down on our Bluetooth.
Excellent.
So we're hanging in there with you. We're doing our thing. We've seen a little bit of progress, but we're looking for much, much more.
Well, all that you can do is continue doing what you're doing. I mean, we just heard from Southside Fred in Chicago. He's in his 50s. He said all he does is every single day he does the thing. The thing is he sends the emails, he posts on Facebook, and he just stays consistent. And he mentioned his son. If you're listening to the radio show, Richard, his son came out last week and talked about skepticism and talked about the fact that, he was skeptical. Maybe it was Monday. He said, I was skeptical. I told my dad, yeah, whatever. But I just followed through and I did the thing, and now he's got money showing up while he's sleeping. And it's a little bit at first. We heard from Holly this morning, Holly in Los Angeles, and, she's with us every single day. And at the very beginning, she was, like, fighting some stuff, right? Email problems and my e-wallet, and I have a problem with my link. But she just shows up. She shows up. She shows up. And what did she say this morning? Whoa, the commissions are now building up. It's just a matter of time, Richard. It really is. Thank you for calling in today, man. Do you have anything else you want to share besides hello?
No, that's all for now. I'll be back in touch with you at a later date. Thanks, Joe. Have a good day.
You too. Richard in New York checking in from Florida. 1650, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Hello, Joe. This is Barry.
Hey, Barry, the guy with the cool pipes. What's going on, Barry?
It's a great day, man. What a webinar last night.
Yeah, it was cool.
I want to tell you that Gary Newman song, man, that was awesome. I hadn't seen that in so many years, but that was so appropriate, right?
Yeah, I got it queued up. I'll play it at the end of today's radio show to celebrate the cars.
Yeah,
for real,
got to bring back some memories to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to say? I'm glad. I hope my phone doesn't go out. I was in the queue for 30 minutes and then just shuts off. I got to go restart my modem or something, but yeah, do the thing, drive the dream, and now we can drive the dream in one of those dream cars Adam had on there last night, right?
How about it? Was that cool or what? Those cars, again, you guys, you pick up your own car. You decide, okay, if you're a family and you want a van or if you want something, an SUV, maybe you want a sports car, whatever it is, depending on, where your rank is, you pick the car and the company makes the payment. How cool is that?
That's right. That's too cool, and that's my new goal. 3-star and $5,000 a month to get that first car benefit. It's my new goal. And Kim, I want to say shout out to Kim. That's some great advice she gave this morning. Do something you know and pick something you don't know. I'm going to take her up on that. I know nothing about Twitter, and I've been told by all my friends for a long time you can only do Twitter if you have a smartphone. And I just recently found out I can do it on my computer somehow. So I love that advice. I'm going to check into learn how to do Twitter, get an account and all that. And Frank, the story of him and his son, another awesome thing. It's just a great place, man. I'm so glad to be here.
Me and you both, Barry. Thank you very much for checking in today. Sorry you had to wait in the queue so long. We've got so many people calling in every day that want to share their enthusiasm. Barry in Tucson, thank you very much. And, that Twitter thing, you can learn how to use the Twitter stuff. There's a training in the premium upgrade back there, okay? This is a Vincent Ortega, how he builds lists without even buying traffic, right? And that's available as a premium upgrade. And just to, if you're brand new, I just want to remind you guys of what the stars are: 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. Remember in the compensation model, go watch the videos. It's so cool. There's no passing up. There's no passing up people. I remember in the prior version, the prior comp plan, you would keep your first sale, and then your second sale would pass up to your sponsor, and then you would keep your third sale, and then your fourth sale would pass up to your sponsor, and then you would get your fifth sale, and the sixth sale would pass up to your sponsor. Well, that's antiquated now, and it's because people don't like to pass anybody up. I mean, why do you want to? You did the work, you spent the money on the traffic, you did the work, you should get the benefit, right? But so the way that it works right now is we have there's 3 stars, 3 ranks, right? The first one is the Traffic Optimizer program. That's $47. And when you pass up, when you make your first 6 sales of Traffic Optimizer for $47, that pays a $40 commission on the $47. And the way that it works is your first 6 sales, you will split 50-50 with your sponsor. Okay? And then after you make your first 6 sales, you will make 80% of that $40, and your sponsor still has a vested interest. Your sponsor will make 20%, okay, of that $40, or they will make $8. Isn't that what it is, right? Is 20% of 40 is $8, right? And for the first 6, you get 50-50. So you get $20 and your sponsor gets 20. So your sponsor is heavily vested in your success. Now, we have 3 primary ways that we generate revenue. Traffic Optimizer, that's a $47 product. Then we have Traffic Academy, which is $97, of which $50 is paid out in commission. And the same thing. So it could be, so when you make the first 6 Traffic Academy sales that you make, you keep the people, but you split the commission with your sponsor. And then the third element, we have the third element is traffic. Okay, traffic. And you can get a traffic package here. A basic is a couple $100. And there's a bunch. There's basic, there's bronze, there's silver, there's gold. There's platinum, titanium, there's diamond. And when you make those sales, when you make 6 traffic sales, you're a 3-star, right? You make 6 Traffic Optimizer sales, you're a 1-star. 6 Traffic Academy sales, you're a 2-star. 6 traffic sales, period, you're a 3-star. That's how you become 3-star qualified. You're 3-star qualified when you have made 6 sales of each of those 3 products. Now, it doesn't have to be 18 people. Okay? If you're doing the business the right way and you're leading from the front, each one, you can make one person comes in and they are Traffic Optimizer, Traffic Academy, and they buy a traffic package, regardless of what size package it is. There it is. Okay, now you're rolling. That one person qualifies at all 3 levels. So your first 6 people, and you lead from the front. Okay, this is leadership here, where you actually are, you know what, let's get our toes out of the water. I'm coming in here, I'm going to get fully committed. I'm coming in here, I'm going to invest $144 in my education, and then I'm going to buy a traffic package. When you do that, something happens. I mean, it's that law of attraction. When people knock at your door, they're going to say, hey, man, what did you do? And if you say, well, I'm going to check it out, and I bought the $47 program, and it's okay if you check it out too. Well, that's what you're going to get, okay? You're going to get people who do the exact same thing as you. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's like we're all dealing from the same deck, right? It's like there's 52 cards. Are you a king or are you a joker? I mean, to be honest with you. And so when you just heard Barry saying, my goal is to become 3-star, because at 3-star, and if you do the math, if you're one of these math guys, if you're one of these persons who has to really analyze data, you take a look at how this thing multiplies out and how fast it begins moving. So we just heard Barry in Tucson said, my short-term goal, I want to become 3-star, which means he wants to get those qualifications knocked out. He gets the lapel pin. He's going to be making $5,000 a month. I don't know of anybody who's 3-star qualified and is doing the thing that isn't making some serious coin. And then he's going to get a car bonus to pay for a car, and then it goes on from there. So that's really just to remind you guys and recap exactly, what those stars are and how do you get there. It's very, very simple. It really is. And 9282. I just rambled on for 5 minutes. Sorry for making you wait. 9582. I'm sorry. 9582. Come on out here. 9582 is the last 4 digits of your phone number. Hello? Did I lull you to sleep? 9582? Oh, there he is. 9582 just leaping for the phone. Hello? So 9582 just hung up. I must have scared you. 6523, you're next up.
Good morning, Joe. It's Monica, live in Portland.
Monica, live in Portland. How you doing this morning?
I am doing great, thank you. And I want to give a big shout-out to Frank for going over what his routine was. I appreciate that. And Kim, I am going to take, she's got some great information. I just love being here every morning and the inspiration that I get, the wisdom and the encouragement, and just one step at a time. Mm-hmm. I just love it, and I'm looking forward to getting that ring. Maybe not in the next few months, but I'm making my goals. So thank you, everybody.
And you're very, very welcome, Monica. Thank you for joining in here this morning. And yes, we have an extraordinary team of leaders, and I'm glad that you appreciate this and you show up here every single day. I truly am. It's unusual that we go this long every single day. We have so many motivated, excited people who are having results, and I thank every single one of you who jumps out here every single morning. 2646, you're next up in the queue.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, good. You can hear me.
I can.
Hi, this is Alice. Oh, good. Hi, it's Alistair, and I'm Kyla's apprentice, and I'm calling back in from last week. I really appreciate that you guys have these calls daily.
Mm-hmm. No problem. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing fabulous. I do have a question, though, and that is that Kyla's problem is still seeming to have some challenges with it, and I don't know if maybe I keep hearing about everybody getting, quick responses back from customer support, but I'm not getting that, and so I'm just wondering, it's got to be me because everybody else is having, success with it. But I'm sending off to the support team, and the long and short of the problem is that she was getting the notice that, yes, she needs to update or get a separate card for Traffic Authority and Traffic Optimizer and traffic packages. She did all of that. It said the account was suspended. That was when I called you last week. I was told that was ironed out, but in the time since I've talked to you, I've actually counted that she's gotten 6 notices that she's lost out on a commission. And
okay. Who is she? Let's start over again. I've got
Kyla
right now.
Diller. Yeah, my apologies.
No problem. And could you please give me the correct spelling of Kyla's name?
Yes, it's Kyla. Last name Dillard, Dillard. And somebody did get back to me last week. They were on it, pretty quick, and they said that things were resolved. But then I still got these notices. So I think maybe there's a glitch that isn't ironed out.
Okay, I'm typing right now.
Okay.
And you're a good person. Alistair, for working for Kyla Dillard. It's so nice of you. Okay, I'll do my best. Stick around, okay, and I'll see if I can get this resolved for you. I just sent in a notice right now directly into the support desk. And, the support tickets are extremely fast, okay? I mean, we've been here today for an hour and minutes, and you're the only person right now who seems to be... No, I take that back. We also had... We had Brian, who was calling in from Costa Rica, who has a little bit of an issue with his shopping cart. So, all right, we'll do our best to get it resolved during today's radio show if you want to stick around.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we'll keep it moving here. 5751 is next up in the queue. 5751.
What's going on? What's going on, Joe? This is Anthony from Maryland. How's everybody doing?
Anthony, we're having the time of our lives here. How are you today?
Awesome. It's bright and sunny out in Maryland, out in front of the subway. I usually get my lunch here at the Healthy Subway, and just trying to stay healthy, man, so I can see this whole thing through.
Well, stay healthy. Be healthy, man. Living large is one thing, but you got to take care of the body, bro.
You know that's right. Hey, I got one question, too. You remember our pre-launch website, and if you signed up, I don't know, however many people you signed up, do they automatically get put into the Get Response autoresponder, or do you have to manually put those people in the Get Response autoresponder?
Well, the way if you want to get them into the autoresponder system the right way, they have to opt in. But like I said to you earlier, I don't know if you were on the radio show, but, we have all of that data. Every single person who ever opted in during pre-launch, and there was, 65,000, some big number. And
right.
What we're doing, and beginning this week, okay, because we wanted to make sure we had everything the way we wanted it to be so we get the best service to you. And we're going to be, again, communicating, Anthony, with that entire list. And if those individuals opted into your account, we still know that. Every single one of those emails are married to the opt-in accounts. So you'll have an opportunity.
Oh, okay.
We're going to send to that list invites. We're going to invite them to the webinar tomorrow, for example, with Devon Brown, that entire list. So we're looking at those we're looking for like big numbers on our webinars now because we still have that data. It's like that was part of the long-term plan. So as far as you taking that information, again, you can add them to you can add those names if you want to, but remember, in order for people to get into your autoresponder system, they have to opt in through your campaigns. So if you wanted to go into, and I'm not a Get Response guy, I'm not, we've got people here who really understand Get Response, but I think if you wanted to go in there and create a new list and create a new campaign and then manually enter the email addresses and then start hitting them with some communication, okay, yeah, that's doable, but I don't really have technical answers on how to do that, but we do have plenty of stuff, there's plenty of education.
I was just wondering because they had opted into the pre-launch site,
right?
So I got their name, their number, and et cetera. So these are people that I personally contacted that did take action.
Dude,
so
that's awesome.
I was just wondering how the information was going to be communicated to those people. But that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we're going to invite them. So if I was you, though, that's your list, bro. I mean, that is your list. You add those people, and you can start sending them messages, and you add, it's not necessarily that they opted in through one of your campaigns, but you can go, there's a lot of things you can do as an email marketer.
I've been emailing them from my Gmail account, so I'm in contact with all of them. I was just wondering about, from the company itself, how can I make sure that they get the good nugget?
Yep, we're on it, dude.
What you and what Doug and everybody talks about, so that's all.
Well, we're on it this morning. As a matter of fact, this morning we were working on that list. That's a big list. So, Anthony, we're going to be handling it for you. But continue doing the thing, man. If you got that list and you've loaded it into your autoresponders, just continue communicating and do it with authenticity and tell your story. And before you know it, what do we say? Boom. Boom shakalaka. There it is.
Boom shakalaka.
Thank you. Thank you, Anthony and Maryland.
All right, have a good morning.
We'll talk to you later. 0745, you're next up in the queue. 0745.
Hey, Joe, this is Daryl, just touching base with you. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Daryl in Iowa. What's going on with you?
Oh, a little behind. I was indisposed for a few days, so I'm just doing some catch-up. I got to go through that webinar from last night. Sounds like there's a huge amount of information to get caught up on. I really love this there's so much information. It's great, and everybody's helping each other. But I just wanted to call and say hey, and I'm
Thanks
here.
for checking in, Daryl. Daryl, thank you for checking in. Go watch the webinar from last night. Ladies and gentlemen, last night's webinar is currently running at trafficweblive.net. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Daryl, we announced the car program last night. We've got everything from, like, I don't know, there's so many cars there, and there's trips, and there's jet planes, and cruises, and, man, it's really, really cool. 2301, you're next up, 2301.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey.
It's Beck in Colorado.
Hey, how are you? What's going on in Colorado?
Well, I was just sitting there saying trafficlive.net. Traffic Live. Don't forget, trafficlive.net.
Traffic Web, W-E-B, Becky. Trafficweblive.net. Make sure you put the word web in there. It's Traffic Web.
Okay. And, yeah, I totally missed it, too, last night.
Oh, dear.
Well, I just got doing things. I was outside, and I thought, oh, crap, the webinar, and I went in. It was already past time, so, okay, I'll just watch the repeat.
Yep, Traffic Web Live. It's on the Facebook page, too. There's links to the webinar.
Yeah, I'll look on there and get it.
And also on the Facebook page, you guys, this morning we posted exactly what the ranks are. There's a document there. It's a Google document. It actually is what the ranks are, starting with 1 star all the way up to the diamond rings. And then there's also a document on the Facebook page that actually has images of all of this stuff. Okay, images that are, and it's not the exact stuff, right? Because you get to pick the car. You don't have to have a Corvette. You don't have to have a Maserati. Okay, whatever it is that you want to have. You pick the car as long as it's a 2010 or newer. And we want you, if you win the bonus, if you earn the bonus, we want you to shoot a video and let us know what it's like, and post this stuff, man. You got to get busy on this stuff, Becky, because this is going to make a big difference for you when you start posting and getting, just focused, man. And so watch the webinar today, okay? You'll be fired up.
Okay, so when is the top secret one? Tomorrow night?
Yeah, well,
or tonight?
Yeah, no. Here's the webinar schedule, Becky. Every Tuesday we do a resellers training, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we do a reseller training every single Tuesday, and that's always at trafficweblive.net. And then every Thursday, we do a prospect webinar every Thursday. And that's at topsecretmeeting.net/your user.
All right.
Okay. So that's tomorrow. Okay.
I'm just going to have to make myself a little calendar. I have 3 different companies saying, webinar tonight. I'm thinking, crap.
Well,
I didn't want to watch that one. I want to see the other one.
All right. Here's what I'm going to recommend that you do. And I'm going to say this to everybody, okay? I'm going to recommend that on your toolbar, okay, you can bookmark. You can go to bookmarks on the top of your computer, and you can bookmark. Yeah. And when you bookmark, you can actually put it on your toolbar. Here's one. Are you ready? You ready for this one? Radio Leverage Live, L-I-V-E. RadioLeverageLive.com. That's a schedule. There's every radio show we do, every webinar we do, the phone-in numbers, the links. RadioLeverageLive.com, Becky. There's our schedule, okay?
Okay.
There it is.
All right.
Thank you very much, Becky. Appreciate you calling in. Okay, let's keep it moving. 0618. You're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Traffic Ninjas. How's everybody doing?
Gilbert James, we're having a blast. How you doing?
This is cool. I missed the webinar yesterday. I forgot to let you guys know because I was doing my community service working for the Board of Elections. So every year I work for the Board of Election, and that was a super experience yesterday. But I'm going to do the replay, and I'm just getting a sense that it's going to be really powerful and lift me up to the next level. I want to say, Joe, I did what you said. I looked in the mirror and I said 3 times to myself, do the thing and drive the dream. And it made me feel like a champion. It made me feel like this is something I really can do. Mm-hmm. And it's wonderful for you and Traffic Authority to provide this pathway for all of us to just shift in our mind, and that's where it really takes place. Mountain Earl know that. The shift in my mind coming off working in the Board of Election and to get back and strive, get back in the path, and it is cool. I've been doing the thing this morning. I've got like 4 or 5 pages full of leads that I get from posting on Facebook, and I went in my back office and I post emails to maybe 25 leads that I have in my Traffic Authority back office, and as well as posted some testimonials on Facebook. So I made some money with Traffic Authority, but I want to make more, and I know the more is before me, and so I'm going to keep going and keep staying in the path of success that Traffic Authority provides us all, because it's right here. And I just want to say thank you so much, and really, I'm going to pump it up here for me and the people in New York, and we're going to see you at the event, Joe. So thanks so much. And also, as far as service is concerned, I mentioned the other day, I had a serious billing situation, and I called in, I wrote in my ticket, and within a day or two, everything was taken care of. So thank you so much, Traffic Authority. Traffic Authority is a winning deal. Thanks so much.
And you're welcome, Gilbert. Thank you very much for jumping in here today. Make sure you go check out that webinar as soon as you get a chance to, as soon as you can do that. And I just want to quickly report, I'm looking online right now, and Maria Elena, I know that you're looking. I know that you're listening. Maria listens every day. Maria posted on Facebook, here's what she says: the big dudes won the Halloween contest, and now they're picking out their new car. And then she says, boy, are they going to be disappointed. The rest of us TA family members have a bunch more experience and clarity to our business plans. We will give them a run all the way to the finish line. I say, boom. That's what I have got to say to you, Maria. Boom shakalaka. Good for you. Let's keep it moving. Thank you very much, Maria, for posting on Facebook right now. Okay, 1361, you're next up in the queue. Good morning. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
How you doing? Good, man. This is Courtney, man, from El Paso, Texas.
Courtney, how you doing, dude?
Good, man.
Okay.
I had a question. How do I post last night's Tuesday night's webinar on the Facebook? I'm trying to.
Okay.
Just because when I put in webinarjam.com .net.
No. Here's where you put it in your Facebook. You ready? You ready? Here's what you put in. Right? Here's what you put in. You ready?
Yes.
Just put in www.trafficweblive.net. That's the link. Trafficweblive.net. That's the link that goes to last night's webinar. There it is. Trafficweblive.net. Okay, you got that, Courtney?
Yes, cool? It's because when I type it in, it puts in my first name and my email, my own email and my first name. So
I will clear your cache, okay? Because I know I do this all day long, man. I do this all day long. I post on my page. I post on, and you guys know that there's a Traffic Authority page, right? There's Traffic Authority. You know, we have the VIP group, right? I know all of you guys are members of our private VIP group. There's also a Traffic Authority page. If you can go like our page, it just give us a thumbs up there. We post there as well. But my point, Courtney, is I'm posting all day, every day. And if you're getting a default, something showing up with your email address, I would ask that you clean your cache. Go to your history of your Safari or whatever browser you're using and empty the cache, clean the cookies, swipe it clean, and then start over again. And if you put trafficweblive.net, that link will take people, and that's the link you could use in your emails as well. And we'll leave that trafficweblive.net. We'll go to last night's webinar until next Monday. We leave that live all the time, okay?
Okay, so I just need to refresh my browser?
That's what clean it. Refresh it and clean it. Clean your cache, okay? There's something called cleaning your history, cleaning your cache. I'm on Safari. When I click on the very top, there's a thing that says history. Right at the top, it says clear recent history. And that's what it is. I'm cleaning the history, cleaning the cache, dumping the cookies. Listen, I want to thank you, Courtney. I want to thank Gilbert, James, and Becky. I want to thank you for dialing in, Daryl from Iowa. I want to thank everybody who took the time here this morning to join us on Traffic Report. It's been a killer morning. Had a lot of fun here today. Hope we were able to bring you guys some clarity, some education, maybe have some fun. Alistair, your issue is resolved. I just got word in from the The support desk says Kyla's account is in good standing. She should not have received any notices. And we'll get you, Brian. I got your support ticket in as well. Want to thank Alistair, Monica live in Portland, Barry in Tucson, Richard in New York. Thank you, Southside Fred. We heard from Ken and Charles in Pennsylvania today. Kim, thank you very much. Kim from Niagara Falls calling in and talking about really what is the real why that you're doing this. I want to thank Steve, and also I want to thank Brian, who called in today from Costa Rica, Frank, Earl, and Holly. All of you guys, if I missed you guys, if I missed your name, I apologize. So many of you call in every single day. Again, let's go out there and just do the thing. Get busy, send email, and remember, watch your email. We'll be sending you a post very, very shortly here. We're sending you a swipe file for you to send to your group, okay, to send to your group about tomorrow night's webinar. Tomorrow night is a webinar that will make money for you if you just do the thing. Now, Barry, this is for you. For the rest of you guys, here's a throwback, right? Throwback? Dig this. We're talking about cars here. Talking about winning some cars. Let's win some cars.